I made it. This is the line behind me. Wraps around that, and then all the way up to there. Thanks. Hey guys, it's me. Anyway, I'm at Lost Maple State Natural Area for a one-night excursion. Got some new toys I want to play with that I got during Christmas. And long line at the Ranger HQ. I guess with the government shutdown, a lot of the national parks were closed or partially closed. So a lot of folks who would have gone to Big Bend or any of the national forests, or any of the national parks for that matter, wound up coming here either for the day or to camp, and that delayed my checking in process. Anyway, I'm here now, getting ready to do my first little creek crossing. Check that out. Wish me luck. All right, I'm stopping for lunch. I haven't really been hiking hard. I've gone about a mile, but it's that time of day and I want to have a good distance between lunch and dinner. So on the menu, I've got naan bread. That's none of your business. Let the non-jokes roll. Peanut butter. Packaged it from a jar into a sandwich bag, tied it off. Just gonna snip off the tip there and squeeze it out. And then some strawberry preserve packets. And then if I'm still hungry, I'm gonna try this out because I haven't tried it before. It's a hazelnut butter. Just knead it and spread. I've got more than just that. I've got a couple slices here. There we go. Oh, and this is my view for lunch. Sitting right here. I make a much better time this trip than I did the first time I came out here. Because I remember coming down the West Trail, dehydrated actually, which was stupid because we got all this water around me and I wasn't stopping to hydrate, filter more water and hydrate some more. I just kept cooling myself down because I was pushing myself to hit a destination by, well, before sunset. And the reality is I never made it that far because the sun dropped faster than I thought. I had to move at a slower pace because I was dehydrated. So my lesson here for you, if you're new to hiking, new to backpacking, slow down if you got to. It's not a race. The guys who can crank out 15, 20, 25 miles a day, even 30 miles a day, as you see some Appalachian Trail through hikers do, that's usually after they've been training for a while and they've got their hiking legs on, their trail legs as they like to say. So they're conditioned for that. The terrain affords that. But if you're going over rocky stuff, hills, mountains, that kind of thing, it's okay to be at a mile-an-hour pace. And I'm slowing down on purpose just because I want to enjoy the scenery. I want to take in all these creeks. I'm taking video. I'm not talking as much. I even sat down for about half an hour just to eat lunch. Watched, fish swimming in a pond. Actually, I didn't see any fish. I just saw bubbles from turtles that were hiding out. But anyway, that's not important. I'm going to keep on hiking. I'll probably stop and take a few photos of that creek over there, that little waterfall. It's not much, but I don't have it at my house. So there we go. Alright, I've made it to campsite G, which is almost to where I want to go. Got another half mile. Just past this campsite is a spring where I'm going to top off my water for the night. That's about it. Well, I'm all set up for the night. I'm in, there's a fire ring already here. Not supposed to have fires. Park ranger said it. They say it to everybody. People still come up and have wood fires. Not really what you're supposed to do. Since it's already here, I'm going to use this space as my eating area. And yeah, I'm going to have dinner. Cheeseburger macaroni. That's right. Dehydrated the beef myself. Dehydrated the beef. There we go. That sounds better. And then got some instant macaroni and cheese. Mixed the two together. It's going to be delicious. My sleep area, I don't know if you can see it. Kind of see my rucksack right there. And then right there's my hammock. That's about 200 feet away. So I'll hang my food here tonight. Saw lots of sign of deer and rabbits coming through here, and I think an armadillo. So I'm gonna see some, what's that called? Wildlife, or at least hear them. I think I'm making plenty of noise right now. They're not coming this way, but I got a feeling in the morning they're gonna be traipsing through here because the water is down there, and whatever they love to snack on is up here somewhere. Probably the camp area and all the food people leave behind. Anyway, gonna get my dinner set up. Basically, while I get my stove ready, I'm going to first pre-soak my meal. Since it is dehydrated, I want it to kind of absorb some of that water. Tip number one, if you're going to rehydrate your food, helps bring the water over to where you need it. There it is, cheeseburger macaroni. That's dehydrated ground beef, instant macaroni, 2 packages, all mixed together. I'm going to take those packages out and then dump the rest of that into this pot of mine. Right. So, got my cheeseburger mac in there. Just going to cover that with water and go a little bit higher than right about there. I can always add more water in the process. A little bit harder to burn it off if I put too much. It is 6:30 p.m. This is what I've got. It is 8:30 and it was cold. The temperature is supposed to get down to 32 by 5 a.m. So that's going to be fun. I was starting to get some cold butt. I'm using an air pad for my insulation underneath. And I'd follow the advice of where you should only have it blown up like 3/4 of the way, so it has some play with it. But that actually turned out not to be good for this particular pad, because it is a cheaper pad. It's rated to I think 50 degrees. So what I've done is I've blown it up full bore. And as you can see, I'm bundled up. I'm wearing actually 3 layers of long sleeves. So I've got a long sleeve t-shirt, a long sleeve fleece, and this windbreaker, which is my daughter's Starline jacket. Actually, not hers, it's mine, but in support of her on Starline. Dance team thing. I've also got this beanie on, as well as a neck gaiter. And you can't see it, but I'm wearing thermal underwear. And I have 2 blankets. One is the outside shell, the sleeping bag. Kind of hard to do this because I'm maneuvering the light. Anyway, I got a 40-degree sleeping bag. Yeah, and I'm going to 32 degrees. So on the inside, I've got on top of me my poncho liner, which is rated to 50 degrees. So I'm going to be nice and toasty. It's nice and breezy. I've got my bug net on, even though it's not really needed to protect me from bugs. Just kind of acting as another windbreak. And then I've got my tarp up as well, also serving as a windbreak. I probably should have pitched it lower, but it's still doing the job. I'm not getting blasted by cold air every time there's a breeze. So that's that. I kind of dozed off a couple of times because this is my hammock, and I can't lay in this thing and not fall asleep. but because it is cold, I did wake up shivering twice. So I figured, time to fix that, because I don't want to die of hypothermia. Hypothermia, let's say that right. So anyway, I'm going to turn off my phone, turn off my light, and I'm going to read on my Kindle Paperwhite, which is this guy right here. Ta-da! And I'm reading the 9/11 Commission Report, because that is fun. In fact, that might put me back to sleep. Good night, everybody. See you in the morning, and I'll show you my setup, if it's not too cold. Good morning. It is about 7:30 in the morning. It got cold, so try to stay bundled up, but I have to go to the bathroom. Anyway, I'm getting up. May as well make breakfast and start packing it in. My food bag is still standing, guys, untouched. I don't think anything came through the camp, though. I didn't hear anything. All right, guys, it's about 10 minutes past 9 o'clock. So I woke up at 7:30, had myself some breakfast, kind of assessed what I wanted to do, and it's probably in the 30s right now as far as temperature goes. Fahrenheit, for those of you in Canada or Europe, or pretty much the rest of the world that uses the metric system. In any case, it's probably mid-30s right now. I was hoping for clear skies, but it's kind of bleak out there, so not a lot of enjoying the sights. Plus, if you look at my surroundings, it's kind of bleak to begin with. So I won as far as getting a location that was secluded. However, it's kind of creepy looking. And this is what I slept in last night. Pitch dark, sky was overcast, so I didn't even get to do any stargazing. I mean, not like I would know what any of the constellations are, other than Orion, I guess, because the belt gives it away every time. Looks like there was a bit of a cliff just out here. You see it right there, and then further out. So I guess I had more protection than I thought. Another eerie thing was all throughout the night, I could hear the wind blowing through the campsite, and while the wind didn't hit me directly, I guess because I'm at the hilltop, it was eerie because I could hear the wind whooshing in a circle around in the valley all night, every couple of minutes. So I was superstitious. I'd be scared down to my gourd. I did watch the bird box with my wife before coming out on this trip. So I might have kept my eyes closed all night, except for the few times I had to go to the bathroom. Other than that, I mean, it was a neat sight. Got some sign of armadillo digging around. I didn't hear them last night, so I don't think I think that's old. There's already grass growing in it and stuff. And then it looks like this looks old, but I think all my videos have some kind of poop in it, because I make crappy videos. I don't know, that's kind of weird. Well, it's just past 9, it's about 9:15. My hike out is only about 2.5 miles, but I'm going to take it easy, so it's probably going to take me 2 hours, because I want to stay bundled up, I want to stay warm, and part of that is not pushing myself too hard, because then I get sweaty, then that sweat becomes cold, and then I get hypothermic, and then I die. And then you read all about it in the news. So I'm going to take it nice and easy, maybe a mile and a half hour pace, similar to what I did in North Carolina when I went camping with my stepdad. And it was colder then, so it worked then. But I've got 1 quart of water, so no worries about dehydration. That'll be plenty for this particular hike. And if I run out and I get thirsty, no big deal, because I cross 2 springs on the way out, plus couple of creeks, so plenty of water sources on the way out. I packed heavier on the way in just because the last time I did this, it was summer, and I got dehydrated, and I wanted to play it safe. But now that I got a better gauge of the terrain, I'm hiking smarter than I did a year and a half ago. I'm not worried. And Liv, well, I guess by the time I post this video somewhere, you already know I made it back. Just thought I'd stop by. This is my old campsite where I was the first time I came to Lost Maples back in September 2017, right after Hurricane Harvey. Had the hillside on the back. Acorns were falling off the trees, spooking me every few minutes. This is a pan around. What I did like about this valley was that you can see the sky from where I was. What I didn't like as much is that's the trail right there, pretty darn close. So as far as privacy goes, you don't get a lot of it, but not a lot of people come out here either. And the ones who do set up campfires they're not supposed to. Anyway, looks like somebody made a good, proper tent pad there, and then there's another one over there. But of course, I came with a hammock, strung it from that tree to that tree, the two-seaters, and it was comfy. Even though I'm taking my time, trying not to build up too much of a sweat, already at this first stop at campsite G, I had to take one of my layers off. So I had to take my fleece off from underneath, so I've got just the windbreaker and a long sleeve t-shirt underneath. Keeping the neck gaiter on because my ears are getting cold. That's pretty much it. And then every so often I go ninja. And that is an Infinity Wars skull cap. Compliments of my wife's cousin, Jason Tamez. He was one of the producers of that movie. Anyway, heading back to camp, making decent progress. No idea what time it is. I guess I could look right now. It's 10 o'clock. So, there we go. How awesome you think you are, how privileged. This is never cool, especially in a state natural area where we're trying to preserve as much of this as possible. Anyway, I'm going to pick that up, pack it out of here. America, you are welcome. I love the spring right here. I passed it yesterday. I was going to film it, but a loud talker came by. Somebody louder than me, so it was kind of annoying. So my apologies to all those folks whose ears I talked off over the years. And those watching this video who think I talk too much. Anyway, I'm going to stop here for about a minute, drink the water in my canteen, and push on. I've got maybe about 1.5 miles left to go. So, making good time. Almost fell. There. Whew. Yellow almost got a blooper reel on that one. My pack started to lean back on me, and it doesn't weigh much right now. It's under 20 pounds by now, but it's enough to throw me off balance when I'm tippy-toe on a little rock. All right, well, I'm on West Trail. This creek on my left is telling me I'm close to the ponds, which will be campsite C, the one that's closed off and only for day use. And once I hit that, I'm 1 mile away from the parking lot.